Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, we're checking out this from MJX. Now, I don't normally get this kind of stuff on the show that much, but look what they did with the body. Yes, one of my favorite liveries. It's the Ford 2069 Baja, and they've gone and put it on what basically looks like a crawler, but we'll get on to that. Now this, I'm a sucker for this. It's one of my favorite liveries, so much so I actually have it on a Senton as well. And we'll come back to that a little bit later. So what do you get in the box? A fully licensed body to start, and I have to take my hat off to them. This is what we want to see. We want to see licensed bodies done properly. We don't need kind of watered down, iffy kind of stuff. If you're going to do it properly. And I have to say, they have done just, Jesus, this thing's heavy. They have done just that. This body is gorgeous, and it's a hard body, not soft polycarbonate. So all this kind of blue roll cage stuff is actually a hard plastic, and it's got like a skeleton inside, which we'll take a look at shortly. And the body is probably one of the best of this kind of scale that I've seen. They really pushed the boat out. And the other thing I really like about it, magnets, and quite strong ones. So getting in and out of this rig is super easy, especially when you're out in the field. Things get a bit dirty and a bit muddy. Even with the quick release stuff where you shove your fingers underneath, they just get a little bit manky. So with this one, you just grab the body, lift it up, and you have full access to the inside. And there you go, you can see the blue skeleton inside and LEDs. You got them in the bumper, you got them all in the front grille, you got them above the windscreen area. Did you get any in the rear? Yes, you did, on each side. So they kind of went to town with the body. Love this side, this part here, where it all sticks out the back, and then you've got the extra wheel in it. It just looks the part. The print up on it is done really well. The body sold it for me, so that's why I said, yes, I'd like to get it on the show. So apart from the body, what else can I tell you about? Well, how about what you actually get in the box? So of course you get the truck that we've covered before, but you get a transmitter as well, and probably the most cheesy plastic transmitter I've seen in a long time. Yeah, not the best at all, especially when you put it up against the quality of that body. The car looks great, but the transmitter really kind of lets it down. Also, you get a set of springs. Now, I think these are harder springs than the ones that are on the car. I honestly don't know, but you get a full set. Then you get the obligatory USB charger, Phillips screwdriver, and Tamiya spanner. The manual, very basic. You do actually get a little bit of colour in it. It isn't totally black and white, but it has all the information you need, especially if you wanted to strip it down, maintain it, which is really good to see. So happy with the manual. Then you get a 2S 2000 milliamp 15C battery. You can fit a longer battery in this chassis, but that's what you get. The brushless motor is a 3500 kV, and that's a 3650. So it's probably got to have quite a bit of punch. Not censored, and it's looking very much like a crawler. That concerns me a little bit. It's got a 20 kilo metal servo that Charlie wasn't impressed with, obviously, but for me, I thought it was okay. It wasn't exactly super fast, but then what do you expect? The ESC, don't really know a lot about it. It's called an E45M, apparently. We'll have to have a look, see how smooth it is. Has got portal axles, so they're definitely putting it in the crawler camp. But what a strange choice of body. Full bearings, full metal gears all the way through, which is kind of what you expect now. And it has beautiful polished chassis rails that are just gorgeous. Access is pretty easy. The only thing that's kind of strange is the receiver box is on top of the battery, but the battery location is quite long. So the battery you get in it, you can easily put much bigger, much longer batteries in it anyway, but it's kind of a little bit restricted, being that the receiver box is sitting on the top, but it is waterproof. But I guess they put it up there to keep it out of the water as much as possible. Sorry to interrupt your viewing pleasure. Just to let you know, I'm doing a raffle for an RC where it's totally free. Yeah, it costs you nothing. I'll put a barcode up here, head over there. All you got to do is pick up your free ticket, and you could be lucky enough to win a Tamiya June Watanabe Hornet totally for nothing to your door. I'm also doing a raffle for the epic vintage Clodbuster, new in box, so you could be in with a chance to win one of those, as well as for the vintage races. I've got a Cougar 2 Works new in box raffle running as well. So what are you waiting for? Well, at the end of the video, obviously. Articulation is pretty good, going by scale, and the shocks feel quite soft. A little bit boingy, but kind of what you would expect. Links are all metal, prop shafts are all metal as well, so they've ticked a lot of boxes. Now the chassis is nothing super new. This is the H12Y chassis that's been out on a few other kits, but this is the first time they've put this body on. Another one of them came with a metal body. Now my only concern about this is they're trying to make it tick every box. So it's definitely a crawler because it's got portal axles. But then they put a Baja body on it, and then they put the power in it, being that it's 2S and it's got a brushless motor in it, so it's going to be quick. Can that body handle it? Centre of gravity, I think, is going to be a problem. So who is it actually for? Usually when I get a product on the show, the first thing I ask myself is, who is this for? Who are they targeting? Are they targeting the crawlers, the trail truck people? Are they, is it a basher? Is it, you know, who's the group and where are you at with it? And they've kind of merged quite a few together on this one. And do you end up with a jack of all trades, master of none? Well, we're going to take it out and we're going to run it in a little bit. So we're going to find out. Now it's definitely more crawler for sure, just looking at this chassis. So I think that pretty much covers all the basics of it. So let's go take it out and then I'll give you my final thoughts. Yeah, so that was the shortest driving ever seen on the channel because it broke. I started getting this weird juddering. I accidentally tipped it over and it went into the water and I picked it up and that was it. Simple as that. Which is really weird because I went online and I've looked at a few other YouTubers since I've got back and some people have had it right in the water and it still worked. So did I get unlucky? Is my ESC just faulty by default? And I'm pretty sure it's the ESC. Why? Well, on the website, it says it has a waterproof receiver box. I opened it up and I took a look at it. And there was no water in it at all. I checked the batteries in the transmitter. They are fine. They weren't low. I checked the LiPo battery, that was at 83% when I got home, so it definitely wasn't that as well. Brushless motor, by default, they're waterproof anyway. The servo has always worked and it has stamped on it waterproof as well. So you telling me that you did this, a dedicated crawler with portal axles, and you didn't put in a waterproof ESC? No. So did I just get lucky? Maybe my ESC just failed. Does happen. Got to take that into account, being that, you know, when you're manufacturing, you'll always have a failure rate of some sort. So it could be that my ESC just happened to fail. So what's my final thoughts on it? Well, putting that to one side, as it could just be this dedicated one unit. I did plug in a separate ESC just to check everything to make sure, and sure enough, when I run the car using a different ESC, even though it was a bit jerry-rigged, the car's fine. Because I did think for a while maybe it's part of the running gear. Also, it's got fixed axles. It's a crawler. This is just a dedicated crawler and they've put a Baja body on it. So it's a real mishmash of bits, and personally love the body. Total credit to them. I think it's amazing, but putting it on this chassis, no, it just doesn't work at all. And then putting a ESC that's not waterproof in it, if that's the case, I'm not sure, but that seems to be the way. Well, that makes no sense either. So I'll leave it on that one. Also, one thing I thought about is this body should definitely be on something that's a lot more kind of in keeping with this. And Ricky from Beyond RC on his second channel put out a video yesterday, I think it is, where he's actually taken the body and strapped it to a more relevant chassis. And sure enough, it works brilliantly.
Now let's take these body clips out. Let's have a look and see what's going on underneath. Now I've managed to keep this kind of hinged body. I don't know, obviously bring a new truck out, but I mean, look at the difference. You know, this is how that one should perform, but it just doesn't with the crawlery sort of, crawlery, is that a word?
So I think they missed a touch with that one, but from the positives, it is gorgeous looking. Would I recommend it? No, not really. Anyway, make of that what you will. Please like and subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.